Hello, my name is Luis Murillo, and I'm part of the GeneXus product team. And in today's deep dive, we are going to be talking about artificial intelligence within GeneXus, the company, and we'll be talking about how we have used our own platforms internally. For this, I wanted to start with this image and these three companies' logos. You may be wondering, what does this image have to do with this deep dive about artificial intelligence? If you're asking yourself, what is the relationship between this image and these three companies? Let me tell you. With this image, I want to refer to a series of commercial spots from the year 1970, where the actor Lauren Green, who very famous at the time, was selling dog food. So the main pitch of the advertising spot was that this same dog food that he was promoting was given to his own pets, his own dogs. You can probably already guess where this is going. This refers to the famous phrase which is so widely used in the world of information technology, and that phrase is dogfooding, meaning that you have to try our own products, to test your own products ourselves, to feel what the user feels. This term, dogfooding, has its origin in the tech industry back in 1988 when the CEO of Microsoft sent an internal memo to the entire Microsoft team encouraging them to test the product they were developing and launching to the market. The title of that email was Eating Your Own Dog Food, meaning to feel what your user feel, you need to step into their, food. This type of practice was also used at Apple back in the 1980s. Mike Scott, the first CEO of Apple Computer, also made a strong decision within Apple and sent a note to all Apple's internal staff saying that from the following year onwards, no more typewriters would be purchased at Apple. The entire company was going to have to start using his product, the Apple II, with its text editor, its Apple Write. In the same way, in GeneXus, we also make use of these dog fooding practices to step into our clients' shoes, and this is what I am going to be talking about. Sure, this talk could have been called dog fooding in GeneXus, but marketing didn't allow me. With all this in mind then, what is it that we are creating for our clients today? What is it, that thing, that we are currently offering our customers for them to solve their problems? What do we mean when we tell them, use our artificial intelligence powered platforms and develop systems with them, automating everything that can be automated? With this in mind, we started a project in-house to use large language models, particularly with Globant Enterprise AI, to introduce it in our own business processes. And all the systems that had to be developed around this to take advantage of this, we said we have to use GeneXus as a tool to implement the entire back office of the solution that we were going to develop. Okay. This is nothing more than practicing what we preach, or meaning using our own products to prove their effectiveness and value in real-world scenarios. So, I brought a story to share with you, just one of the many examples I could talk about that illustrates how we leverage our tools internally. This story is about the development of an assistant designed to support our staff in responding to the countless support tickets we manage every day. These tickets are an essential part of how we assist our customers. How could we have solved this problem? Clearly, we had two options. The first was to purchase an existing solution that offered something related to what we needed, saving time but potentially limiting customization. The second option, which we chose, was to develop our own solution tailored to our specific needs. Why? First, to practice what we preach and show that we use the same products we offer, reinforcing our belief in their capabilities. Second, because this approach would allow us to gain hands-on experience with our products in real-world scenarios. This not only enabled our team to build greater expertise in using the tools, but also gave us the opportunity to provide valuable feedback to our development team for potential improvements. To provide some context about the scenario we're in, our support team currently uses a tool called Zendesk to manage and respond to tickets, through which we directly interact with our customers and address their inquiries efficiently. Well, what we wanted then is to develop a satellite solution to this Zendesk tool that fed from the solutions and answers that we have already given in the history of solving problems and tickets of our customers. Based on all that, create an artificial intelligence solution that can assist the support staff to be more efficient and faster in their work. So Let's put this into the context of the business process where we wanted to incorporate an artificial intelligence solution, an assistant to help streamline this process. The business process, in a very simplified form, works as follows. Our customer submits a ticket, which goes into the Zendesk platform. From there, our support team picks up the ticket, analyzes it to understand the issue, and begins a cycle aimed at finding solutions. This cycle is based on their experience, testing what the customer reports, communicating with our development team, searching through all the stored documentation we have, and so on. By integrating AI into this workflow, we aim to optimize these steps and make the process more efficient. And it starts a cycle of helping our customer to solve that problem or how to solve something until the ticket is finished. What we asked ourselves was, what opportunity for improvement do we have here? Well, when the customer submits a ticket, let's place an artificial intelligence assistant in the process. This assistant is powered by the entire history of responses that our support team has historically provided to our clients. It could draft a suggested response for the support agent, giving them a head start. This provides the agent with a foundation to build on before continuing the interaction with the customer. When I put this idea to Gustavo Cariquiri, he loved it and quickly told me, spectacular, but why don't we go one step further? And that first answer is the one that the artificial intelligence assistant gives directly to the client. Why are we going to make him go through the soportista? If that doesn't help him, the soportista tries to improve his response and continue working with the client. And you are absolutely right. But in all these processes of incorporating artificial intelligence is something important that we are seeing. What we have to do is to gain confidence in these assistants. So we are in that process of development, improving the assistant, and when we see that this assistant is giving answers relatively reliable, then we can go a step further, take a step further, and improve this business process with Gustavo's suggestion. Well, to continue with the story, in this solution that we developed, we have three key players that make up this solution. One of them is Zendesk, the tool we use to interact with our customers. It also serves as the repository for the entire history of previous tickets, storing all the details and knowledge about the resolutions we have provided. Additionally, it offers a centralized platform to ensure efficient access to this valuable information. On the other hand, we have our artificial intelligence platform, Globant Enterprise AI, which is, of course, where we plan to develop the assistant. This assistant would be powered by historical responses and designed to generate an automatically crafted response using artificial intelligence. And of course, all of this is supported by a system that orchestrates everything. Additionally, we need to develop a back office solution that interacts seamlessly with all these elements, ensuring efficient integration. In order to develop systems, there is no question that GeneXus is the best platform choice. Hence, GeneXus represents an additional fundamental component that we employ to finalize this solution. Some elements to highlight. In Globant Enterprise AI, we defined a RAG with a defined prompt, which we are improving. We are currently in the process of improving this prompting. It is a RAG that is fed with documents, historical documentation of all the solutions that we have historically provided to clients. And based on this corpus of information is that it rehearses the response to the new query presented by the client. By working at this Zendesk related project, we had to define the strategy for selecting which tickets would be used to feed the RAG. One approach we could have taken was to use all tickets, uploading them daily or at a set frequency. However, tickets that are still open would constantly be subject to changes. Therefore, the decision and strategy we adopted was to feed our RAG exclusively with closed tickets. Closed tickets, once finalized, remain static and do not change, ensuring consistency and reliability in the data provided. And finally, In GeneXus, we developed the back office that allows us to manage all these operations and then consult the RAG. Therefore, what we did is to talk to the APIs of the two other pillars that make up this solution, talking to the Global Enterprise AI APIs and talking to the Zendesk APIs. We then started working on a first version of our support ticketing assistant, or the assistant that was going to help our support staff to be more efficient in the response that we can provide to our customers, to our clients. And so we came up with a first version, a version that had a very brief prompt where we told the assistant, you are a support assistant that is fed with information from historical tickets and needs to answer customer questions and so on. We developed a very simple screen in the back office where what we placed was a date, and with that date entered by the back office user, it took from that day all the closed Zendesk tickets via the API and generated a PDF. Then we manually uploaded that PDF to the RAG, loading the entire history of all the closed tickets we had. Each day, we added a new date, generated the updated PDF, and uploaded it, continuously feeding our RAG with the latest information. This process ensured that our RAG remained up to date with the most accurate and complete data available. On the other hand, we developed a web panel which had a text field where our users could write their query or make a copy-paste of the ticket that they had received in Zendesk, and upon confirmation, it consulted the RAG API and rehearsed a response. I'm very happy with that. We came up with the first version. Now, what we are wondering is this really a version 1 of an AI support assistant? Clearly not. What we had developed up to that point was simply a proof of concept at this stage. A proof of concept that these ideas and approach could work, and it was possible to develop an assistant in that way. What benefits have we gained so far? Or what have we learned from all this? What have I learned from carrying out this project? Two very important things. First of all, the importance of the back office in this type of solutions. The prompt, the RAG, the solution, the wizard that we develop is obviously very important, but equally or more important is the back office that allows us to insert that wizard in our business process. Hand in hand with the importance that I learned that the back office has, I see the importance that GeneXus has in all these type of projects. The most agile way to develop this back office, from my point of view, is using GeneXus. On the other hand, the second thing I learned is the famous phrase, divide and conquer. Why divide and conquer? Because of what I said before. One thing is the development of the back office, which we can do very easily with GeneXus and for which we have a lot of experience. And on the other hand, and these are tasks that we can divide, is the development of the assistant itself in Global Enterprise AI. And for that, this wizard, although we can define a first version to start testing the whole process, how it behaves, we have to go, as I said at the beginning, gaining confidence, improving it, making it more fine-tuning according to the feedback we get from the response to continuously improve this wizard. And these two tasks are two tasks that can be done perfectly in parallel. And that's what we did. We divided the team into two sub-teams, one that was working on the wizard itself. And what was that team working on the wizard doing? It's improving the prompt, it's sanitizing the documents it gets from Zendesk to upload to the RAG. What do you mean by sanitizing? Before uploading the document to the RAG, taking out confidential information, taking out information that is not relevant to give the answer, taking out some elements or markers that make the RAG behave worse. So these are tasks that are totally focused on the wizard, tasks that are independent of the back office development. We also took the strategy of, instead of uploading PDFs with closed tickets, uploading TXT. We saw that it was much more efficient, the documents were lighter, and behaved better with Japanese characters. We changed from generating PDFs to generating TXT, and the closed tickets were uploaded in a report generated in GeneXus in TXT format. And so we keep working, improving that part of the solution. On the other hand, the team that was focused on developing the back office is working on improving the functionalities and the user experience of the administrators who will be feeding the RAG and using the back office on a daily basis, as well as improving much more the interaction of the support staff with this assistant. And for this, we make a much stronger use of the APIs that we have in both Zendesk and Globant Enterprise AI. And now we are going to see, when we get to this second version, which is now the one we are testing, how we improve the screens and the interaction with the back office, where now you don't enter a date, but we have a much more user-friendly screen where the back office user has a traffic light that shows him for which months he has already uploaded all the documents to the RAG and for which months he still needs to upload them, charts of the number of documents uploaded or not uploaded. You can, in a user control more like an almanac, choose the day you want to upload. And all this generates the TXT document with the closed tickets to feed the RAG. And this loading does not have to be done manually, but are automatically loaded from the back office through the API offered by Globant Enterprise AI for this purpose. And in the same way, we improved the interaction screen that the users of this system, that is the support staff, will have. Now they don't have to write the query sent by the customer or make a copy paste of the ticket, but directly place a ticket number on the screen, and the back office talks to Zendesk to obtain the query that refers to that ticket and directly displays the answer generated by the generative AI based on the history of closed tickets. What benefits does GeneXus give us? We had quickly, in 2 clicks, the same solution, but for smart devices, which is what you see on the right side of the screen. This solution for smart devices gives us the same functionalities, just that our supporters can use this solution directly from their cell phone. What is the next enhancement we incorporated? Talking to the Zendesk API, once you get the response here, the support person can decide to send this response as an internal note to the ticket. So, on the ticket within Zendesk, this screen that you're seeing is how our supportists view customer queries. They're directly going to have an AI suggested response. Clearly, it is an internal response, as I was saying, because we are still in the alpha or beta stage of this solution. But it also indicates that this solution, this response, was automatically generated by an artificial intelligence. So anyone in the team can take a ticket and generate an internal response that a colleague, when he is going to take it, already has this response to rely on and as an accelerator to the process of answering tickets. This is a version 2. These are just prototypes that we are working on. They are not released or releasable versions, but as I said at the beginning of the talk, the first objective was to dog food our artificial intelligence solutions, and that is what we are working on. And as an added value, we will most likely develop an X version of this solution that we will eventually begin using internally within our operations. This was simply one example of how we effectively incorporate AI into our business processes to drive innovation and efficiency. Solutions that we encourage you to also incorporate into your business processes. And just like this example of the support area, we have 4 areas in which we are incorporating this type of solutions. One is the support area, which I already mentioned. Another example we have is in the documentation team. We document through our wiki, and this wiki is obviously multi-language, and we had in the process of documenting and translating to the different languages in Japan, which is one of our main markets, to translate the wiki to Japanese. We had some particularities where we also incorporated artificial intelligence solutions in that sense that helped with the assistance of the humans of our team in Japan. Although they translate the documents, they already receive them with a translation previously done. For this purpose, we use an artificial intelligence solution introduced in this business process, which is that of chat with assistant. The previous example was a RAG solution, an assistant based on RAG. Another example also where we introduce a RAG-based assistant solution is in our training site. We also feed our training site with all the documentation we have, and our customers can chat with an assistant to find information on how to solve a problem or develop something in GeneXus in a much friendlier, faster, and more accurate way. And finally, in the sales area, we also introduced a chat with data solution, where all our salespeople can quickly chat with an artificial intelligence assistant to obtain information about sales, customers who have sold the most, best-selling products, etc. And quickly, with the chat with data solution that we offer in Globant Enterprise AI, we were able to develop an internal solution that assists all our salespeople. These are only examples. We are testing the products we offer you, but I think we are at a great time to suggest to you that you go through the same process that we have gone through. It is time for you to start evaluating your business processes and think outside the box about what business process you can start to experiment with artificial intelligence assistant solutions. That is the challenge I propose to you. Obviously, you have all our tools and all our support to do it. And the good news is that all this I told you about was developed with GeneXus 18. In other words, although GeneXus Next, which is our next version, is not yet released, we can already develop solutions with GeneXus 18 that make use of all this technology, because that is what we did internally. All these solutions I told you about were developed with GeneXus 18. What is the second piece of good news? With GeneXus Next, all this will be much easier and much more integrated. Let's gain experience today from interacting with these kinds of new technologies today, and we're going to be much better positioned for when GeneXus Next comes into our hands, and all of this is going to be much easier to implement. As a final message, I'd like to encourage you and offer our help in testing these solutions. I believe the fundamental combination for successfully implementing these types of solutions is Globant Enterprise AI combined with GeneXus as the development platforms to build all the supporting structure around them, start using them, and create smart software. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for your time, and we remain at your disposal for any questions you may have.